Nsem-Pii TV near. The NDC as a political party has always depended on propaganda, mischief, naysaying, and lies. Etianya wawa say na omo eton safre nsentwerefo nyina wa Ghana ha. Say nsentwerefo mra na omo wo ensem bi e ka kire omo. Na obi nim say nke bia omo policy bi omo ntimi nchechire mu na afei na omo nya mu ntiase yi a enka omo di mu nchechire mu ebre Ghana fo. Yenkote a omo National Propaganda Secretary Sammy Gyamfi say a certain military officer, or a high-ranking military officer, Brigadier General B, and Nana Adanko Kufuor a contracting say or no, Onguya Abanimu and farmer the NPP come December 7, 2024. We no didn't send me to Ghana for be say NDC. Ashasiye musi electoral commissioner Mami Mensa and our person will hear Banimu Edima MPP my director of elections Dr. Iderwane Boamaba Bontimbe can Sembebre IPAC meeting by Ukopi Mohonomo and some of the 2 years I send a throw because electoral commissioner evidence I actually say allegations or alleging in a bien wa winning as well and my pay Animguase3 poto. She said dear Mose army commanding officer or no and eba be we abenu and no and chairman general and in a budget forces as him we see why pan and this focus as with the other because Ghana ha electoral security is all in the hands of the Ghana police service. It need the army itself. The day and our bomb things as him with Tuga and so why Sammy Gyamfi ko copy more live show so Ghana television and Yebusan says Sammy, as someone know the 2 day a mood or evidence and say a whole lawyer when to me and cancer be saying answer same be to man provide any fact, any evidence, as some kind and okay. They say, you do baby na a ferry. Mummy NDC a try the Bia Omuguswa, or person would dear Trinidad and Ghana for TV near
with the NPP.
No. We've never done that.
I'm just surprised that we're having this whole conversation. We spent more than 20 minutes on this conversation, and you haven't yet proven one thing to say that because of this is why we say that this man is going to rig elections. And besides that, you're only saying that because of his track record. If somebody chews crab and says you chew calabash, you should believe him. I just want one fact, something that you can tell us, show and tell, that maybe I went to his house and I saw that in his storage, we saw the arms that we are talking about. Just one, and then we can move on from here.
My brother.
Otherwise, we are just speculating.
My sister.
You owe that to our audience.
You are the only person who may not be aware that what we have put out is proof in and of itself.
Just a press statement?
You may be the only person who is not scandalized and appalled by the fact that a person with such a criminal record will be given such a position. But for me, from the feedback we have received, even from the military, and here let me salute all our noble men and women in uniform who are working diligently to protect us. The feedback has been overwhelming. They are excited that the cover of this miscreant has been blown. They are excited that the issues have been laid bare in the media space and in the public space. So you are entitled to your opinion, and we are also entitled to our opinion. But for us as a political party, we are scandalous.
We so address it. Area NDC National Communications Officer, why your press conference? Their press conference, you know, okay, you know, say, it's got to get for Mutieme. Their NDC 4K, you know, say, and now by a press conference on my flyer. Oh. Yeah, Baba exposing MPP for the Omdia Tom Tim so maybe about we see a TSA at the airport in Oka. Obi, or say, oh no, NDC for we say MPP for baby because Yade and Crofakwa is to a training say maybe elections in him. But you see, the National Democratic Congress Party no almost here BBR and free history. Obi, okay, 2015, 2016.
Yes.
The same NDC. I have press conferences upon press conferences. I say, Nanado Dankwe Kufuor Akofa South Africa phobia Bagana. Say, Omeme Buani Yemuni Basabasa or my Ubizokai. Obi, okay, say 2020. NDC for Kroye. Me wa headlines no ha. The same Sammy Gyamfi. NA over to the tour. Ghana Web 2019. This is 15th October 2019. Almost say we have evidence the MPP is training tax as at a switchery for election 2020. Obi, and now 2024. The same Sammy Gyamfi, the same NDC. Or say we have evidence MPP is training tax in a switchery. Omo who say Omo belusu. Omo who say abano omare. It is strategy ni nyina say ya ye de ebeye nyina ye hu say amfa. Yen create impression in the minds of our people say ye boy ye ho modern say na ye bebo bia na mom omo wi aye entia obi okasa no say sabato we de sabasa manko ade a ombe wini na basabasa beba because MPP for ade tax ekwa sutware man be say a question in the year 2020 I almost say MPP for ade tax ekwa sutware no anya bia 2020 abato esikado ntokwa bisi wa ha na esikado katai ntokwa si wa ha ya bobo ya no ayama ba moto ya na ya bobo ye obi Ghana fo etie ye nyina ntie se Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ni New Patriotic Party mena mekasama campaign no ya beto aba no Ghana ni bi okra ni vote be kwa kwato baako otu wi a opa enkofie gina ho ye wi a ye be kan waba na mawo ye wi a na de abo police station ho obi an wi aba nim obi an tumi wi aba mu wa Ghana ha obi an tumi sisi obi wa Ghana ha obi an nantiko police station on kwato na ba ye wi a ye kan aba ni wi a wa wi no na wa wini wa wo lususu na edan na wo kofie obi they are NDC for you know they are continuously becoming a nuisance to our democracy
of the MPP. Ladies and gentlemen, the NDC's desperation is palpable. Their press conference is part of a broader strategy to create unnecessary tension, fear, and panic in the Ashanti region by manufacturing an atmosphere of insecurity. Unfortunately, in doing so, the NDC has stopped to tarnishing the hard-earned reputation of Brigadier General Opoku and the Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces. Such baseless attacks on the integrity of the armed forces are reckless and dangerous. And you recall, it's this same National Communications Officer who, before the 2020 election, said that all security personnel recruited during the regime of the New Patriotic Party, they should know that their tenure is coterminous with that of the New Patriotic Party. And so, if you were recruited, so we are talking about the over 100,000 security personnel recruited under the New Patriotic Party. This reckless statement from the NDC's National Communication Officer suggested that in an unlikely event that the NDC is back, they are going to terminate the appointment of every immigration officer, every police officer, every military officer, every prison officer, all security officers who were recruited from 2017 to 2024. Such reckless statement. That is the same person saying, throwing all of these baseless allegations around. Let it be known that the MPP will not tolerate any such devilish plans by the NDC. We call on the Inspector General of Police, IGP, and all security and intelligence agencies to closely monitor individuals like COP Kofi Boakye who have been identified as a central figure in these destabilizing schemes, the MPP is also serving notice that any individual who attempts to foment chaos during the December 7th election, especially in the Ashanti region, should think twice, as such actions will be met not equal force, but with much bigger force to protect the peace, stability, and democratic process of our nation. Let history serve as a warning to the NDC that no party since the year 2000, at least, has ever succeeded in using violence to win an election. No party. On the contrary, violence undermines the effort of those who plan it and strengthen the resolve of the party it targets. The NDC would do well to abandon their destructive plans and focus on competing peacefully and fairly. The NPP remains a party of peace, committed to free, fair, and transparent elections. We will, however, not countenance any attempt to subvert the will of the people through intimidation or violence. We call on all well-meaning Ghanaians to reject the NDC tactics and stand firm in defending our democracy. Let us show the world once again that Ghana is a shining example of peaceful and credible elections. And again, it is important that His Excellency Alhaj Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is number one on the ballot. Is number one on the ballot. The elephant is our symbol. The elephant is our winning symbol. And all our parliamentary candidates are also number one on the ballot. Thank you very much.
The vice incoming president of this country. It's a privilege and a blessing having him. If you compare Napo's experience in politics, his fingerprints all over the country, what he has done for this country, and compare him to my former party running mate, it's like Johnny Walker and Apatesh. When both of them, both locally and internationally, if you see some of us supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, supporting Napo, showing our face, it means there is more better Ghana ahead. We are looking at the future. There is nothing like a school that when you finish, you are a president or a running mate. It is a privilege that one deserves it based on their achievement. So every young man who wants a future, who thinks about getting a future, and also believing that it is not experience, people must be given the opportunity to also show what they can do for this country. And I can tell you, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia represent all Northerners irrespective of your political colors.
Kwame, okay, say, my father, the late E.A. Muhammad, told me that you leave when the applause is the loudest.
Is it?
And I'm happy I'm leaving at this time.
It's okay then.
Or say you leave.
Okay, by time.
January 6, 2017, during the last State of the Nation address. Now, Kwame.
Yeah.
One Francois, February 14, Daily Graphic, a publisher, or science called baby, and an or kasa. Now, no. This was in February. Was the last month, I attended the inauguration of President Akufo-Addo. When I exited my vehicle and my arrival was publicly announced, there was a loud round of applause. Again, I thought of my father and those words. Quote, leave when the applause is the loudest. Suddenly, I understood those words in a way I never had before.
This man has never been consistent.
No consistency. Chairman General, I want to ask former President Mahama, you left when the applause was the loudest. What other applause can you get?
Answer the lack of
Chairman General, now.
Oh, goodness.
President.
Oh, I thought we were all going to have a bite.
Let's do the press conference and count. Press conference, I'm working on Nsem-Pii. It wrap up on the press conference and then I'll go.
You see, you have told us, one catcher say, you are never going to come back as president again. You believe that you won't come back again.
Invoke the spirit of his
father. You
invoke
the spirit of your dead father.
Wow.
The late E.A. Mama. A powerful figure in the politics of our country. You did. I didn't. And you know, as Gonjas, what it means to invoke the ancestral spirit. You are a Christian. But this is also there. Chairman General, intimate message. Ghana will not burn or die because Ghanaians will not elect you again. In fact, the former president must learn that the office of former president is an office of state. And how are you living in dignity in that office? And answer for you, you forget that you are a statesman or supposed to be a statesman, a former president, just because you want to be president again. Chairman General. Yes, you will follow us on Donina. And Yakwa and a minia by Joyce Bauer are buying the pianica. And Yakwa and a minia Felix Quacho Fosu are buying the pianica as aids to you. Madame for Standogbe and Yakwa say are buying the pia womuka. And Yakwa and a one casa are buying your come security, more manina. How are you leaving that office to the benefit of Ghana, except your NDC?
Paramedics say, Chairman General, are you saying the army officer cannot sue? This is nice. Ben Abnori, yes. Well, as far as I know, 7 army officers, they'll take it in their stride. I'm not sure, sir.
Taking it in their stride doesn't mean he has no right accrued.
I haven't said he has design rights accrued. But when we say so, Jenny, Penyimu, Akoko, our Nsem-Pii who pay. Sammy Gyamfi is a lawyer, but how can anyone who has followed Ghana's elections say that ballot boxes can be stuffed? Where does the NDC want to take us to APJ in Sunyai? Chairman General, somebody mentioned, well, you mentioned the person's name, I would not. Somebody mentioned that MP put ballots in their shirts to vote double. How about that one? Bobby in Takrade. Well, maybe the person doesn't have proof. If he has proof, we'll all look at it. Uncle Spy says the NDC chaps seem to be spewing unprintable insults and are talking about evil plans to wreck the nation. There's a guy called Bande. There's also the Obuasi Macho Group. Uncle Spy in Takrad, you mentioned other names, I'll leave them out. Chairman General, you're diabolical. Why are you trying to make the 24-hour economy a policy? Let Dr. Kabila flow. I'm not trying to make it a policy. I was asking Kabila to explain because we've heard it being mentioned. The election is about the truth, credibility versus lies, insult, and incompetence. Baumia belongs to truth and credibility. Gastiman in Brekum. Is it that the NDC is seeing defeat, so they are using cunning means to prepare the grounds for causing chaos? Joseph in Adenta. And then Audition Chairman General, the courts, including the Supreme Court, deal with evidence and the law, not even the truth. If you know what you're about, you not go to court empty-handed. Audition Jabing in her show. Alote Jacobs' next-door neighbors have sensed defeat, and so they are preparing the grounds for rejection if they lose. Looking at their case at the Supreme Court in 2013 and 2020, Ghana should not take them serious. Francis Brakwa in Kumasi. The army officer should sue Sammy Gyamfi and the NDC. Zakaria in the Boakwa. Okay. Guys in the NDC should learn to do away with tribalism and hate speech. They shouldn't thrive in the midst of confusion. Uncle Spy. Nana Ekwiyamwa Boateng says, Sammy Gyamfi is only trying to divert attention from their failed policies. They cannot market their candidate. They see defeat staring. Nana Ekwiyamwa Boateng sends that one. Muhammad messages about say online streaming no nye Jumano Mpamcho. We are doing our very best to put it back together. Into online streaming, issues. We're doing our very best to put it back together. But you can find us on YouTube, on Peace FM Online, on Facebook as well. And the YouTube squad from around the world, Emmanuel Asamoah Boateng in Ohio, AAA in Qatar, Ben Asante in Tottenham, UK, Emmanuel Aqua, Cardiff, UK, XWO1 George Daute in Germany, Rafael Owusu in Dubai, Maxwell in Tiama, Croatia, Zagreb, Pauline J in Chicago, Daniel Sintim Abuaji in Hamburg, Germany. And all of you on YouTube, a very good morning to you. Have a beautiful day. You're live on Peace 104.3. Kokoko Jumedienuni. OBS Ahafunka Same says the NDC, led by its communication director, want to prepare the minds of their supporters that they will lose the election, and that if they lose as they did in 2016 and 2020, it's been rigged. We should not take them seriously. We should vote for Ba Womia. The NDC told Ghanaians the Electoral Commission is going to help MPP to rig the coming election. Now, Brigadier General Puku.
For Nsem-Pii more, now now show on my YouTube channel.
Be the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.